YouTube, Alan back with a what will be a packages and pickups video, but kind of an unintended packages video, very much against my wishes packages video. You don't have those too often. But before we get on to that, yeah, I've been away from being in front of the camera for a while, haven't had the time or inclination. And when I say inclination, to me that immediately would bring up minds of this topic that's going around of packages and pickups video getting boring, getting stale and whatnot. A lot of people seem to be commenting on it, so I'll throw in my 2 cents as well. Why not? Isn't that what it's all about? Personally, I don't think that packages and pickups videos are getting boring or dull, and if you do yourself, fine, I can understand it. It's like anything in life. If you go and you have your favourite song or something you really like, go and listen to it 300 times in a row. After the 300th listen, you're probably not as keen on it as you were at the first. So it's just natural. And you know, when people talk about the videos kind of being not very original or I guess just uninspired, well, that's great if you've been doing it for several years. But firstly, many people haven't, and they want to maybe come on board into the community and they want to share. And secondly, it is kind of forgetting the whole purpose of that type of video, and that's basically, it's a show and tell. So if I pick up something like, I don't know, what's a pick up here? Probably fall over. This Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego game. Now if I just say got this and throw it aside, okay, I can see that, that's a bit tiring. But to me, these videos, they're all about show and tell. Why did I get this? What's the story behind it? Was there, in this case it was a trade, so was there a trade with a fellow YouTuber, Ninja Bear Hug? Was there maybe an out in the wild that I have to go searching? Was there an eBay story? Or what's my opinion? Why did I want the game? And so on and so forth. So there's always a story behind them, and that's why, at least that's why I show my collection in this regard, or show my pickups as I try and get them. Though I never show everything I get. It's if I did, I'd have made a lot more videos than I have. So, just like a lot of things on YouTube, I really don't see what the big hullabaloo is about. If you're tired with someone's content, if you're tired with that type of content, don't watch it. If you really dislike it, then unsubscribe. It just seems like a moan for very little reason. But anyway, enough of that, onto the actual real moan, because this video is going to be all moan, all time. Yeah. Now, a few weeks ago, I was watching a video by Shenmuzo, and he was trading in his original Xbox console, and he basically went into GameStop or somewhere, and they wouldn't take it because the disk drive didn't work when you stood it up vertically. It played fine horizontally, but vertically the disk drive didn't work right, and apparently this is a common problem. And so basically he was saying how, Jesus, I nearly couldn't give the damn thing away. I'm not surprised, because original Xboxes, or original Xbox 360s, are a pile of heckin' shite, at least in terms of reliability. And I know this firsthand now, because I had to replace this pile of shite because it stopped working. So this was my Xbox 360, and so this probably tells you where this pickups video is going. It's going to turn into a rant more than anything. So yeah, this was a premium one, and it had the HDMI out thing at the back. So it was just after, a little while after they brought in the HDMI out. I got it 5 years ago. It's a 20 gigger, and I was aware at the time these yokes are a bit unreliable, to say the least. I mean, when they had to extend the warranty and whatnot, you hear about a third failure rate and higher. Well, I could buy it because I have mollycoddled that system. Compared to any other system, you go to my retro systems, my Mega Drive and whatnot, they've been beat around a house. The Master System has been literally pretty much beat around the house. It's how that thing's still going is a miracle. I have cartridges that are chunks out of them, still work. This yoke, as I said, pristine, not a mark on the yoke. E74, you no play no more. Well, what do you do? do you go and try and get it repaired, or just go get a new one? And I kind of debated, and I said, well, you know what? It's got an E74. These things are notorious. You can barely get any trade-in on them, even if you get them working. It's probably going to break again. It's just, they're that unreliable. I've never had a console fail within its lifespan before. This is a complete first, and I've been playing games for over 20 years. The Xbox 360 is unique to me. Not for a good reason. So I decided, okay, how about I look into getting the new Xbox 360 Slim S, or whatever the hell they call it, model. That's supposedly smaller and more reliable, and not really an improvement per se, but at least more reliable. Which, no, what am I saying? That's a massive improvement. More reliable. Jeez, you wouldn't have thought you wouldn't have to be looking for that as a feature, you would think, but you do. So I looked around, and I couldn't believe the price of the damn fucking thing. In the shops, you're talking 260 plus, 250 maybe if you're lucky, euros that is, and online the cheapest I could find was 230, and that was with 2 games. Now, the reason why I'm shocked is because when I got my Xbox 360, and this was 5 years ago when it was much newer system, I got it with 4 top range games at the time. I got Halo 3, Project Gotham 3 or 4, whatever the Project Gotham was out, Blue Dragon, and Gears of War. So good titles, kind of top tier titles, and I got it for $299, and that was the premium one with the component cable and whatnot. So 5 years down the line, for the price to, if anything, be nearly more expensive, because I could only find it with 2 games at $230. I was thinking, Jesus, what the hell's going on? When other systems are at the very or close to the end of their lifespan, when they're going to bring out their successor in the next year or so, you don't be expecting to be paying what you were paying 5 or 6 years back. I was not pleased. But anyway, I was in the middle of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and really enjoying it. So I was really determined to get one back. And then I left that. I was going to show that. There was actually another part of this which might be in here. I don't know. Anyway, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Great game. So I wanted to get the Xbox. I said, okay, feck it. I'll plunk down the cash and buy one. So I replaced that piece of shit with this lump of crap. It's not that bad really. But there we go. It's the this was basically the Christmas 2012 bundle for the Xbox. Slipcase, but it's not a very exciting slipcase, and it comes with Skyrim as a download code, which is over 4 gig or something, so it's good luck for me, or 3.8 gig. And it comes with Forza 4 Essentials, so basically like gypped edition or something. I think half the content, because there's normally 2 discs in that game and there's only 1 disc, so a half cut down game and a download game compared to getting 4 retail games back in the day. Oh yes, and let's look at the features. Composite AV cables. You seriously couldn't put a HDMI cable in the box on Microsoft, could you? Seriously, they cost nothing. That is just cheapskating. And the premium one, it came with a component cable. Yikes. And the one improvement I will give it to them, finally the feckin' integrated Wi-Fi. Thank God. Get another Yokon, because I generally only had wireless internet, or only have. Getting the original Yokon was a nightmare to do internet sharing over a PC connected into my router and whatnot. It was horrific. But yeah, that is an improvement. And of course blurbs about Connect and look, we're all having so much fun. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. HD movies, and let's use the Connect to flail around. But there we go. Sorry. I'm being much grumpier than I probably should be about this, but I didn't intend to buy this. I felt compelled to. I felt like I had to. But anyway, the system itself, it's a bit smaller, all right. It's not really that much smaller, and I was a little surprised that the plastic itself feels a bit cheapy in place to me. It kind of makes a rattling sound. I don't know if that's coming out on camera, but that's a little disturbing. So, it has a Connect sensor at the back, HDMI, to fix the optical thing, which was another idiotic move in the original console. When they put in the HDMI port, you couldn't use HDMI and the optical out. So they fixed that at least. An extra USB for what it's worth, and more disturbing rattling. And then a big fan at the side here to keep it cooler, supposedly. It seem to keep it a bit cooler, but most importantly, it actually keeps it a lot quieter. And that is nice, because the original Xbox was very, very loud. So, yeah, not massive. Oh, they made a big deal about these touch-sensitive context buttons. Talk about a hullabaloo about nothing. They're buttons. You press them, the console comes on. Jeesh. Spend a bit more money maybe on putting in a HDMI cable, Microsoft. But it's a nice looking system. It kind of tries to keep that curvy thing going on and whatnot. So there we go. One broken, one new Xbox. Now, rant continues. As I said, this is barely a packages video. Of course, I had the problem of trying to get the content from my old Xbox, because the hard drive was working fine, onto the new one. Bigger hard drive. I said, okay, I may as well try and copy it up. So I did a bit of research, and it turns out you need to get, the hard drives are completely incompatible, you need to get a transfer cable. Great. How much is the transfer cable? 20 quid. I was like, you are kidding me! Another 20 quid just for basically a SATA connection cable. That is daylight robbery. And Microsoft would have you present it like it's a one-time only deal. So I said, screw that, and went and got one of the cheapy knockoff cables. That turned out to be a lot of hassle. Gotta read the fine print on those damn things. Don't actually work on the Xbox. You can connect them to a PC, but they don't connect up and work on the new Xbox Slim. It doesn't see the hard drive, or rather it sees it, but it doesn't pop up the transfer dialog. So you can't just do the easy one-click solution, copy and paste deal. Instead, I had to dig through a load of software to try and copy everything over onto a PC, and then format a USB stick on the new Xbox and copy everything using this homebrewy software from my PC onto the Xbox 360 USB stick, and do it in dribs and drabs and whatnot. And initially I thought, okay, I'll just get my saves and my gamer tag and whatnot, because that's the important stuff to me. But I thought, okay, if once the transfer was working, I said I may as well do it all, because I don't really want to have to re-download all the games. Very bad internet connection. That's a lot of work. So I got everything transferred across. Took ages, days, because I was doing it in dribs and drabs. And then when I went online to transfer your license, I knew that. So I went online, went to transfer license, but of course I was on a new console, so it said sign in. And then it dawned on me, oh crap, I created this account over 5 years ago. I don't know what the hell the login is. I know the email, but I can't remember the password. So I did the reset password. I got an email, I followed the email, I reset my password. Then when I went to log in, it said my account was blocked on Xbox Live. So I said, what's that all about? Went back on the PC, I had to fill out a security form. Okay, I thought, can't send it to another email, because the backup email has since become invalid since 5 years' time, so that's out. No credit card on the account, so that's out as an option of verification. No email sent on the account, so that's all out. And pretty much other than some basic personal details, the only thing was the security question. And I thought, ooh, you know what? The security question I picked was fairly bloody subjective. It was, what is your favourite TV show that has since been cancelled or something like that? And I was like, 5 years ago, I probably would have said one thing. But today, I'm sure I would say different shows. And the reason why I'm sure is because I couldn't answer the damn question. So I went on a big rigmarole that lasted several weeks of trying to get through to Microsoft support and get in touch with a human, because I could tell them, I had bought stuff on Xbox Live, so I knew exactly when I put points on and all the transactions. So I knew everything that occurred in the account, pretty much except for the feckin' security question. But I was passed from pillar to post. This customer service person, that customer service person, this to that, to that, to that. And they kept sending me around to the same form that I started off with. That guy couldn't fill in. Or rather, I kept filling in. They kept saying, insufficient data, insufficient data. I'm telling you, I don't have enough data, that form's not going to work. Eventually, I got through to someone on Xbox Live, because normally that stuff's handled by Windows Live, because it's your Windows Live account. But I found the Xbox Live guys much more helpful than the Windows guys. They generally, you could get a human on the phone, and they would try and come up with alternatives. Like I was saying to them, I can give you the account numbers, I can give you the console numbers, the IDs, I can give you the dashboard IDs of the new one, and eventually, you know, I was able to get in touch with someone, a human, who would go through my account, verify the details I was providing, and do a manual validation. And once he done it, it was like, oh yeah, it's active. No problem, just go, you know, online and it'll be fixed. It was like, all that hassle because you couldn't get through to a human. Damn it. That was very frustrating. On top of the fact that I was dealing with the fact that I had too many facts in this sentence. That the feckin' console cost me nearly 250 quid to replace when you couple the cable and the console and whatnot. But then the ordeal was not over. For even though I had gone to the hassle of transferring all the bloody files over, all of the games, the downloadable games, I still had to re-download them all. Once you transfer your license, apparently you have to re-download the game. It doesn't matter that you have them on the hard drive. It's like, well, what the hell was the point? I'd known that beforehand. Arrgh. So that took several more days. But finally I got sorted and I got to play Brotherhood and it was great. Really, really enjoyed that game. Would I say it was worth all the hassle? It nearly was, actually. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, they say this one's more reliable, but I will so be mollycoddling this one too. Because compared to the other consoles, they're squished up against each other and all that. Like, I've Nintendos and whatnot stacked on top of each other, multiple high. No way with the Xbox. It's always been giving feckin' space. Ugh. But anyway, there we go. Package and pickups. More of a rant and pickup video. Now that I have that out of my system, next time around should hopefully be something a more normal pace. More, hey look, here's something I want to get, not something I have to get. But anyway, if you stuck with it, thanks. Hope you enjoyed listening to me rant. It was a good to vent type of situation, and we'll be back with you sometime in the future.